All right. Last episode, I talked about how I was able to predict that July would likely rally to an all-time high, and then from that all-time high, we would come back down and finish at a low, and the month of July overall would finish in the red. But today, I want to talk to you very specifically about having a speculation and actually being able to trade what is on a chart, because there is a very big difference between a speculation and actually trading price action while managing risk. You have to remember, this is a very powerful bull market, and bears have been calling every single pullback a top, and every time we get a pullback, the bears continue to say that we're going way lower and the market top is in. And that has been going on all the way since 2023. So you have to remember, there's 2 years of history here of bears getting this market dead wrong and having a lot of people following them thinking the market has topped. So they start loading up on put positions and other short trades like triple leverage short ETFs, and their bearish sentiment and their predictions that the market is going to crash and has topped have absolutely destroyed many retailers' accounts. And you could even go to some of these bearish YouTubers and see that they have deleted all of their videos that had evidence that they did that. However, you can go through my videos and see that I was very bullish in 2023 and 2024. And I constantly told you this was a bull trend until it's not, which meant we were not going to assume a market top was in unless the chart allowed us to assume that, because it had to be objective. So my track record is there. You can go back through all of my videos. I don't delete a damn thing, and I stand behind everything I tell you, that nobody knows what the hell the stock market is going to do, and that includes me. While I love to give you my speculations for my members only videos, you have to understand those are just speculations. And while my degree of accuracy is very high, it does not mean I am going to get it right 100% of the time. So in July, I will tell you right now, I was very confident that that was going to be the case, that we went higher and then finished lower. But there was something that occurred in July that made me change my mind. And it was right here when we started to get the breakdown. I told you this was a risk off market with a lower high, lower low rejection. And when you're in a risk off market, there is absolutely no reason to be taking on risk. And then all of that changed very quickly when we went from this lower high and this lower low, when we bounced from a higher low, which looked like a double bottom breakout, and I'll draw it out right here on the chart. And we had this extremely bullish day where we broke out from a double bottom and a higher low into a higher high. And when you get a double bottom breakout, there is a very good chance the downtrend is ending and you're going right back on the bull. However, the very next day after that higher low, higher high breakout, we had another very bearish event with a very bearish engulfing candle that invalidated that as a double bottom breakout. And that is when I issued the statement of an intraday update of be very cautious, because now it looks like we were getting this lower high into a lower low, and I even drew this arrow that we were likely going lower. And the very next day we gapped down and went close to the price target that I gave you. So you have to understand, when you are following my daily updates, I am an objective price action trader and I let the chart do all of the talking. And if you want my speculations of where I'm projecting the market to go into the future, that is only offered to my members. That is not something I give to you for free on the YouTube videos. So if you want that, you're going to have to pay for it. If you have a problem with that, I do not care, because that is how I operate. My customers will always get the latest and greatest of my information. On YouTube, I am giving you free analysis with very critical levels and commentary each and every day to help you trade. If you do not like my channel, you can simply find the door and exit. That is the beauty of the internet. Information is free. It is my opinion. I can say whatever the hell I want, and I can do whatever the hell I want. And yes, the chart did change, and the chart did validate what I saw in the members only video. And that was the day we had this lower high, lower low breakdown. So now objectively, I told you it is a bull trend until it's not. And now objectively, we could start to say this is a bear trend until it's not, because we officially have these lower high, lower low rejections. And this is starting to look like a bear trend. As I told you, I'm 100% objective, and I could not care less if the market goes higher or lower. I am simply objectively waiting for the chart to prove we're going lower, instead of being one of those perma-bear YouTubers that constantly scares you shitless out of your long positions, because they constantly tell you each and every week the stock market's going to crash, and then you go sell all of your longs and likely even try to short, and then you blow up your account because they're perma-bears that have very convincing arguments of fundamental reasons on why the market wasn't going to go higher. But then in the last 2 years, we blast off to brand new all-time highs across the board in every index in every sector, and you missed monster bull rallies in semiconductor semiconductors like NVDA. Meanwhile, I was telling you NVIDIA had a very good chance to go to $1,000 and it ended up going to $1,400. So yes, this was one of the most powerful bull markets in history, and I'm not going to apologize for calling it like I saw it, and I'm never going to apologize for telling you to get risk off as we were getting these breakdowns, because that is how you be a profitable trader. You always have to manage risk. So if you want an apology, that's fine, but you're not getting one. Each and every day we look at this chart objectively, and each and every day there's a chance we are going to lose money, and that is why we manage risk. I teach you to manage risk because you need to lose less money than you win. And if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know damn sure you are going to win way more than you lose. And as long as you're winning more than you lose with good risk reward ratios, you are going to be a very profitable trader. So looking at SPY, we have to be a lot more cautious going in through the rest of the summer because the chart is telling us. Not because some guy on YouTube or CNBC told us to be bearish, but because the chart is telling us, and we let the chart do all the damn talking. So looking at SPY, this is a chart the bears will have an advantage in, and the bulls are going to have to claw their way out of this. And in order for the bulls to claw their way out of this, it is likely going to look like something that is going to be a very scary crash, and the bulls are going to have to turn it around and prove they can push higher, break all of that resistance, and then continue to put higher lows and higher highs to give more and more confidence to the buyers that the bulls are back, and then the bears will go back into hibernation and the bull market will take back over control. If something like what I'm drawing on this chart does not occur, then we will have to remain bearish and we will let the chart do all of the talking. So I am 100% certain we are going to continue to crush this market. We may have to make some adjustments along the way, but if you're a member, be sure you watch the August members only video, because that members only video is very likely what is going to occur. And the reason I'm telling you that is not to toot my own horn, but because I was able to correctly call what happened in July. The method that I am using to make these predictions is the same method I'm going to use to predict August, which makes my chance to be correct even higher. Because if you remember back in June, I was also telling you there was a very good chance the market was nearing a top and needed a pullback and a correction. That didn't happen till July, so we had to move everything to the right a little bit, but now it is very likely aligned to what I think I see. And that makes my chances to be correct for August a lot higher, giving the chances of probability and not just hoping that I'm going to be correct, because we always need to manage risk from the chart. So you have a very clear risk level right here on SPY at the breakdown of 538. And while we are below that, it is possible the market just flushes down and goes straight down for a full-blown capitulation. So that is the risk that you are managing to. If we can get back above 538, obviously that risk is getting a lot less if we start to put in a higher low and push higher. Now you have a very clear risk level of a higher low to manage risk from, and your risk is a lot smaller. So anytime you are getting lower highs into lower lows, that is what is called the falling knife. And that means you have a lot of risk to the downside. And while that risk is not infinite, because we know SPY is never going to $0, it is still very painful if you're leveraged, and especially for you people buying call options. If I tell you a market is risk off, you should not be buying call options. You should be waiting until we have a bull trend and a risk on market. And as I always suggest, you shouldn't be trading options at all unless you're a very profitable trader with shares and you know what you're doing. And once you've proven you could be profitable with shares, then and only then would I go bother with options. So it is up to you to manage your risk. I give you the risk levels each and every day. And right now, looking at this chart, there is a good chance the market could become more and more risky because the chart is allowing for it and the price action does all the talking. That is not speculation. That is not a guess. That is 100% objective. And while that does not guarantee the bulls can't regain control, it means we need to see it on the chart. So if we do not see it on the chart, then we stay risk off, which means if we're taking long trades, we're not expecting some huge blast off to brand new all-time highs in a risk off market. A long trade from here is looking for lazy bounces as we continue lower. And if we continue to stay risk off, this is all we are expecting if we're a bull. These lazy little bounces for us to get out before it goes even lower. And that is the only way you are going to be able to manage risk in a risk off market as a bull. If you cannot manage risk that way, then you are simply just staying risk off below the risk level breakdown, and you are waiting for some sort of trend structure change of higher lows and higher highs to get back onto risk on territory and back on the bull. Otherwise, you just stay risk off. Very good traders that are disciplined are going to do very well in this volatile market, but inexperienced traders that are using leverage and margin and options, yes, that includes put options because the market can reverse and go higher. Those inexperienced traders are going to get obliterated and likely will blow up their accounts if they haven't already. So manage that risk, understand what it means to be a risk off market, understand what changed on the chart that told me to get bullish. Was this higher low, higher high breakout? And then understand what told me to do the intraday update that we were getting risk off was the giant bearish engulfing candle that invalidated the breakout, and that told me there was a very good chance we were going to break down, and that is what happened. So remember, nobody knows what the stock market's going to do. The market couldn't care less what you think. The market couldn't care less what I think, but I'm going to tell you what I think anyway, because more often than not, I get the market direction correctly, and that allows you to get those low risk entries. But it doesn't mean you can throw risk management to the wayside. You always need to manage risk. So if you wanted an apology from me, you're not getting one. I let the chart do all the talking. I give you the risk levels. I told you exactly we were managing risk, and I even warned you near the top it was time to lock profits and get cautious. And as I will remind you, that August members only video is not a members only video you're going to want to miss, because I do believe a lot of traders are about to get bamboozled in the month of August, and you really need to understand where those risk levels are and what is the highest probability outcome so you can start structuring your trade plans accordingly. If you want access to my members only videos, you can get that in the Stock Channel Discord server, where you'll also get access to my technical analysis, my trade ideas, and my intraday updates. We are absolutely crushing this market this year, and we are going to continue to crush this market. And with this market volatility, now is a great time to be a trader. So if you want to come trade with the Stock Channel community, come join the Discord server, and you can find out how to join in the link in the description of this video. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you're crushing this market. And as always, I will see you in the next episode.